Hello everyone, welcome to A Clear Perspective. I'm Serene. A U.S. Navy C-48 Clipper departed from the Philippines capital Manila on Tuesday, November 9th, and arrived at Songshan Air Force Base in Taipei at nightfall. Several U.S. senators and House representatives were on the plane. It seems that Biden is exerting extreme pressure on Xi Jinping, but the U.S. aims only to counter Xi's authority, not the Chinese Communist Party. In this episode, I will analyze it in detail. When answering questions from Taiwan's Central News Agency, Taiwan Foreign Ministry spokesperson Oh Jiang-an said in a low-key manner. She said that U.S. senators and representatives' visit to Taiwan was coordinated by the Taipei office of the American Institute in Taiwan, AIT. Maybe because the landing of the U.S. Navy aircraft in Taiwan is a sensitive thing, this visit was not announced in advance. Taiwan Presidential Office spokesman also told the media on Tuesday evening that the U.S. representative's visit was based on mutual trust and the coordination between Taiwan and the United States. Taiwan respects the visitor's preferences. So we can see it was the United States who wanted to visit. Taiwan did not send the invitation in the first place. There are also reports from the Taiwan media that there were 13 U.S. delegates to Taiwan, including 4 U.S. senators, 2 House representatives, 1 congressional assistant, 1 U.S. Army colonel, and 1 U.S. Army captain. It is not yet clear who these legislators are. However, the Taiwanese media reported that Senator Cornyn was among them. Cornyn is a Republican who introduced the Taiwan Deferrance Act in the Senate, calling for $2 billion a year to strengthen Taiwan's ability to defend itself against the CCP invasion. In response to media inquiries, the AIT referred reporters to U.S. Senator John Cornyn's office and did not provide further details. On Tuesday, the spokesperson for China's Ministry of National Defense spoke out against the U.S. for letting congressional members to visit Taiwan by military aircraft. He stated, "We are hereby expressing our firm opposition and strong condemnation." The CCP just repeats the same narratives each time over and over again. This visit was amidst the 6th plenary session of the 19th CPC Central Committee. During this sensitive time frame, the CCP was not expected to make any irrational moves. Because Xi Jinping has been tied up dealing with internal affairs. So the threats voiced against the U.S. delegates' visit to Taiwan were only symbolic, just to satisfy some Chinese people. Reuters reported that Biden and Xi Jinping expected to meet virtually on Monday, November 15th. Biden and Xi last spoke on September 9th. They had a 90-minute conversation focused on economic issues, climate change, and COVID-19. Biden has been eager to hold face-to-face talks with Xi to try to reduce tensions with Beijing over Taiwan and a number of other issues. On Wednesday, the U.S. and China unveiled a framework deal at the UN Climate Conference in Scotland aimed at boosting cooperation to tackle climate change. My personal opinion is Biden is trying to put pressure on Xi Jinping. He takes advantage of the fact that Xi Jinping is busy with his domestic political struggle, so he pushed Xi Jinping to join a virtual summit to commit climate issues in order to save his declining approval rates in the U.S. Currently, Biden's polls in the U.S. are at an all-time low. But on the issue of fighting the CCP, he is winning good comments from all sectors in the U.S. If Biden can make Xi Jinping join the virtual summit and let Xi commit to climate issues, it would relieve some pressure within the U.S. In addition, Biden announced on Tuesday, November 9th, the U.S. will extend a Trump-era ban on securities investments in companies linked to China military. The U.S. entities are barred from buying or selling publicly traded securities in blacklisted companies. I think this is likely a response to the CCP's hypersonic missile test. Recently, the Financial Times exclusively reported China tested a nuclear-capable hypersonic missile in August. 5 people familiar with the test said the Chinese military launched a rocket that carried a hypersonic glide vehicle which flew through low-orbit space before cruising down towards its target. The missile missed its target by about 24 miles. The news has caused an uproar in the United States. In the notice, Biden said that through the National Strategy of Military-Civil Fusion, the PRC increases the size of the country's military-industrial complex by compelling civilian Chinese companies to support its military and intelligence activities. Though those companies appear to be private and civilian, they directly support the CCP's military intelligence and security apparatuses and aid in their development and modernization. At the same time, those companies raise capital by selling securities to United States investors who trade on public exchanges both here and abroad, lobbying United States index providers and funds to include these securities in market offerings, and engaging in other acts to ensure access to capital from the U.S. On June 3rd, Biden signed an executive order to prohibit U.S. entities from buying or selling the publicly traded securities of 59 Chinese companies related to CCP's defense and surveillance technologies. Another issue is about the Iron Dome system. According to several U.S. media reports, during the deployment of the Iron Dome system in Guam, it will conduct integration tests with other air defense and the anti-missile system already deployed in Guam. The Iron Dome defense system was deployed in Guam when the tensions in the Taiwan Strait rose sharply. Iron Dome is a mobile all-weather air defense system developed by an Israeli defense company. The system is designed to intercept and destroy short-range rockets fired from 4 to 70 kilometers away. During the Israeli-Palestinian conflict in May, Israel used the Iron Dome defense system to intercept rockets fired by Hamas. Israeli officials reported that the Iron Dome is about 90% effective at blocking short-range rockets. The U.S. Army bought 2 Iron Dome missile defense systems last year for $373 million. This year in August, for the first time, the U.S. Army tested the system at White Sands Missile Range, New Mexico. Military experts believe that the Iron Dome developed in Israel would be of little use against cruise missiles and hypersonic missiles. But it may intercept cruise missiles traveling below sound speed. Since the Iron Dome cannot protect the U.S. against high-speed cruise missiles, it is likely just a temporary defense measure. If the U.S. military would even go for testing a temporary defense system, it shows that it's taking the growing military threat from China rather seriously. In the past, there was a lot of excitement, bragging, and propaganda in China after the CCP tested such a new weapon. But this time, it was quite different. The CCP knew that this move would make the U.S. take action against it. Biden's extension of the Trump-era ban on American investment in the Chinese military companies served as a blow to China. However, in my opinion, the Biden administration is only targeting Xi Jinping himself, not the system of the Chinese Communist Party. In an interview with CNN on November 7th, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said that Washington wishes to shape the international environment so that it is more favorable to the interests and the values of the United States. But Sullivan stressed that the U.S. will not repeat the same mistakes. Sullivan thinks that one of the areas of past policies toward China was the notion of bringing about a fundamental transformation of the Chinese system. And he said that is not the object of the Biden administration. He said the object of the Biden administration is to shape the international environment so that it is more favorable to the interests and values of the United States and its allies and partners, to like-minded democracies. It is not to bring about some fundamental transformation of China itself. So, Biden's China policy is targeting Xi Jinping. The White House has no intention to take down the CCP in China. That is wrong. It is doomed to fail. For now, Xi Jinping has gradually taken control of the situation in China. After closing the 6th plenary session of the 19th Central Committee of the CCP, Xi Jinping will become a true monarch and will continue to follow the path of Mao Zedong. That's all for today. I hope to see you next time.